Hi YouTube! So I'm making this video to talk about my weight loss story. So for those of you who don't know, I used to weigh about 288 pounds. And 280 pounds on someone that's 5'2" is quite a lot of weight. I knew that I was fat, but I didn't do anything about it. And the reason I didn't do anything about it was because it was kind of hard to build up the motivation. Like when you get that big, you're kind of like, oh, it's gonna take me so long to lose all that weight, so it's so hard to actually want to do anything about it. And the way I even got that big was I would binge eat all the time. Like, it was one of the hardest things to overcome. I don't think a lot of emphasis is really put on how bad people with binge eating disorder, like how bad it can affect them, but honestly, binge eating would consume me. Like, it felt like my mind would just go into autopilot and I could just eat and eat and eat and not think. Like, I would just keep stuffing my mouth, my belly would hurt, it would be full with all this food and there would be all this pressure on my stomach, but I could still keep on consuming more calories to the point where it would hurt so bad. And I would pause for a moment, give me a little while to digest and just keep eating. If I actually went back and thought of actually tracked those calories that I ate, I'm pretty sure I averaged about 6,000-7,000 per day. Maybe even 10,000 on my worst binges. So, you know, those people that do the 10,000K challenge, I feel like that could be like a breeze for me. So yeah, I was like an emotional eater. Every time I would study or every time I would get sad, I would order a box of pizza and eat the whole pizza in one sitting. So yeah, food was life. One month I actually gained 30 pounds, and that was the month of my worst binges. I was just so stressed from school that I kept on eating. One day I was getting ready for a wedding and I needed to try on this dress that I had just gotten last month. The dress, when I first initially started it, it fitted just fine. It was a little bit of tight fit, but it was just it fit my body just perfectly. But then that month of the wedding, when I tried it again, it was so tight. So I went to go step on the scale for the first time in 6 months, and I saw 288 pounds on the scale, and I was scared shitless. I was like, holy shit, I'm about to approach 300 pounds. It was just such a scary moment, just because I always thought, I knew I was big, but I didn't know that I was almost weighed 300 pounds. I was like, I'm sure I weigh 200 pounds, but I did not know I was approaching 300. So I think that very same week I went to the gym and I went to the front desk and I was determined. I was like, hey dude, I need to get a trainer. So can you set me an appointment with somebody to sign me up for weight training? So I met with the general manager of the gym, and he set me up with a personal trainer. And I think that the same week I had bought a package deal for training sessions. And the thing with me is, when I invest money into something, I can just be so cheap sometimes. So whenever I put money into something and I know it's a lot of it, I become so dedicated, just because I hate wasting money. So I was like, look, Ariwa, you're spending money on this, you better lose some fucking weight. So that was in the first week I think I was training. I lost 4 pounds. And when your body's first introduced to exercise, you begin to lose weight. Really, exercise and diet, your body begins to lose weight very, very quickly, just because it's a shock to your body, and you're also dropping all that extra water weight from all the sodium you've been consuming. And I was pretty I didn't really plan my diet, but I knew I was cutting carbs. I just knew that I had to start eating less bread and processed foods. First month I lost about 16 pounds, and just that high that I felt from seeing the weight drop was the best feeling in the world. It was finally feeling like I was happy, and feeling happiness it was just when you're depressed and you finally feel what happiness feels like you want to keep feeling that feeling. Before I proceed, let me show you the picture of me at my biggest. This is me at 288 pounds, and as you can see, I always wore this gray sweater. Like, that gray sweater was literally one of the only things that ever fit me. I hated going clothes shopping, so I just wore something that was loose and made me less noticeable. I mean, I knew I was big, so it's kind of hard to like hide myself, but I just the concept that this sweater was covering as much fat as possible was what I guess comforted me. So yeah, that was just me at my worst, and here's a couple other pictures of me. As you can see, I look pretty depressed, and I don't look very happy because I wasn't. So it's really hard for me to fake happiness. So I always looked really mopey and sad all the time, and that was just how I carried myself. Like, I was always slouched and had really bad posture too. Let's get to what I ate. I would have the same thing for breakfast every morning. One whole egg, a scrambled egg basically, which would consume of one whole egg and then 2 egg whites, and then I would have turkey bacon with a slice of toast. That would be my breakfast. And then for lunch, I would always have 1 lean meat. So whether that was turkey or whether that was grilled chicken, those were my typical go-tos. I would have one of those. I would either have it with a sandwich. So if it was turkey, it would be on a sandwich. If it was a grilled chicken, I would have it with a side of rice. And I would always have a vegetable. So I would have 1 vegetable and then a lean meat and then a half cup rice or like a carb for one of my meals. And then dinner would be like a salad. So I would have like a salad with another lean meat. So I would make sure that I was having enough amount of protein. And then snacks in between, I would have either like a granola bar or a protein bar. I was losing weight consistently. You know, I had a little hiccups here and there. I did go off track a couple times, but having a trainer really helped me get back on track, just because, you know, again, I was paying for something, so I knew that I had to lose the weight and I wasn't going to waste my money. What kept me motivated to keep going was I would have a group of people at the gym that were kind of like my cheerleaders. So every time they would see me lose weight, they would be like, "Good job, Ariba, you're doing so great. Keep going, keep going." And I felt like they really cared for me. Like, I didn't want to disappoint these people that, you know, these strangers that believed in my ability to succeed. So that really pushed me forward. And I also saw a lot of health benefits. Like, my knees stopped hurting. Like, that felt so good to like be able to walk without constant pain in my knees, constant back pain. And I hated having my rolls spill over in my chair. Like, every time I sat down in school, like, they would have these little petite little desks that were attached. Like, the chairs would be attached to the desk, and my rolls on my stomach would spill over on top of the desk, and it would feel so uncomfortable. Like, I would have to squeeze myself in, and I really hated doing that. It was also really embarrassing. So just to see like my fat like not having to spill over my desk was also really like motivational. I also started gaining a lot of friends. They like to do activities of like go hiking or go ice skating. So I was actually able to do those things. So I started gaining more friends because they were like, "Hey, let's go hiking." And I was like, "Oh crap, I can actually do that now." So I would, you know, make more friends, and it was really nice. I also, you know, when you become less depressed, well, like when I became less depressed, I became more outgoing and more bubbly. So people, you know, people attract good energy. Another thing that really motivated me was just seeing my clothes get looser and looser on me. I was like, I would get so excited to go clothes shopping, because I could wear all these, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but the plus size selection is really terrible. Like, I don't know what they think of us, but they did not have many good options for plus size people to wear. So I didn't know how to dress myself. So finally I was able to wear a lot of clothes like that petite people could wear, and that was also really motivational as well. It was like I was becoming a much better version of myself. In a way, I feel way different than when I was then. So here's a a video of me when I was a lot bigger.
You ready to open it?
Let me
Are you
look.
recording?
Yeah.
It's rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready to open it? Don't peek yet. Close it. Okay, go ahead, open it. Open it, go ahead, take it out.
I don't like bananas.
Like you can see, I went through quite a few changes, quite a lot of changes. And now I weigh about like 145 on a good day, and it can range from 145 to around 150. I do lift weights, so when you lift weights, your muscles retain water, and you know, you tend to, when you work out, you tend to hold on to more water weight. And on my period, obviously, I hold on to more water weight. So my weight fluctuates between 145 to 150 pounds. And, you know, of course, with eating and all that other stuff. After I lost all the weight, I got surgery. So I got a tummy tuck to get rid of the excess skin. So here's a picture of me now. I feel so much more lighter without all the extra skin. So not only was I able to accomplish my weight loss goals, but I got rid of the skin. So those are all the goals I've accomplished till today. And I feel great. I feel really good. I obviously still have my bad days. You know, there are so days where I feel like, you know, shit. But, you know, everyone has those days. I'm going to create more videos about my life. Share some weight loss motivational tips. Share stories about how people used to treat me then, how people treat me now, and just kind of like take you through what I eat and my workout routine and all the good stuff. So yeah, stay tuned.